All right, here we go, ladies.
Hey, Supernatural fans. Katie and I are here talking all about Supernatural with two amazing guests. Find out who they are coming at you right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, we got the Jesse's girl, Crowley's girl, Cass's girl, Dean's girl, Sam's girl, all the girls here today. Hey guys, we're talking about Supernatural. Season 12, Episode 2, Mamma Mia. My name is Lyndsey Wegner. You guys can find me on Twitter at Lyndsey Wegner. And I'm joined by my amazing co-host, Katie Campbell.
Hey guys, you can find me on Twitter at Katie E.E. Campbell. That's Katie with 3 E's Campbell.
And we are missing Alexis Torres tonight, but you guys can tweet her still too. And we have two amazing guests tonight. I've got Ruth Connell over here, Rowena. Woo! Where can they tweet you, Ruthie?
Ruthie Connell, RUTHIECONNELL.
And we've also got Kathryn Newton here today with us.
Hi. My Twitter is Kathryn L. Newton.
What's the L for?
Love. It's my middle name. Now you know.
She's all about love.
She's a wee love.
We've just got these two amazing women here in the studio with us, and we've been missing you. We didn't get you in last year. We were planning on it, and just never worked out because you've been crazy. You told me, what, you had 14 flights in 20 days?
Yeah, last month. This terrible first world problem. Terrible first world Hollywood problem. Just got so many flights, going to so many places with the conventions and with filming the show. Yeah, I've got a lot of air miles somewhere. If I could just work out how to collect them, I could probably go to
Gotta
Japan.
put that frequent flyer number in.
I know. I'm gonna get one first.
Yeah. You don't have one?
I've got a couple, but I never know how to spend them. Right?
No. We'll plan a trip.
Yeah.
Well, and today we're all sporting, this Rowena's Couture.
Rowena's Coven Couture.
Yeah, Coven Couture.
In aid of My Hope Chest, which is a breast reconstruction
Slay,
charity.
first off,
Slay,
which is
first
amazing.
of all, important. Because boobs. It's really important to say because boobs. The charity helps pay for women who are underinsured and can't afford reconstruction after treatment for cancer, because everyone deserves to feel fabulous, not just Rowena. so thank you so much. You look pretty slaying. Is that the jargon?
Slay.
Slaying. We're slaying.
We're slaying. Yes.
Slay shirt.
You look mega awesome. And there is a hex bag down on the ground.
There's
I'll
a
fall
hex
out my
bag
chair if I
right
try and
There's a hex bag here in the studio with us.
see what we did there? Do you see what we did? See, like a bag with hex in it, so it's like a hex. Did you see what we did?
That's amazing.
I thought that was so clever.
That is. I love this.
Yes, that's adorable.
Bag of tricks. So.
I didn't even notice that. I love it.
Yeah, so it's on all my social media handles, and we're trying to raise awareness for My Hope Chest, so if you can give them a follow as well, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Ladies, what were your initial impressions of the episode this week?
Well, I walked in late, and I just caught the part where Sam was in bed with that girl, and I was like, excuse me, what just happened? So we had to rewind and go back to the beginning, and then that just made it worse because I was more confused because it didn't go away, and then that was fine.
I was like, my eyes. I can't watch Jared being all jiggy.
Yeah, it was weird. But I loved the episode. I was like, we were like,
I know.
the whole time.
It's so gory at bits, right? I can never watch the gory bits.
Oh,
Even when we're filming it, I'm like, it's
Yeah.
so gory.
When she tortures them, it's hard to watch.
She's tough, right?
Yeah.
Elizabeth Blackmore.
She was tough.
She's, not as tough as Sam, though. Well, Mary.
Claire will
Yeah.
give her a run for her money,
Yeah, you will.
Exactly.
Yeah, you will.
I love this episode. I love watching, the mom and how mom's back and how she's...
Sam's doing such a brilliant job, right?
Yeah.
She's kicking ass.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
I know. I love seeing that, exploring that storyline, and I love the storyline of the fact that this, Men of Letters in London chapter is mad at America, and
I know. Are we trying to pass remark in international relations or something?
I don't
From
know.
Supernatural Writing Office. I wonder what's going on there.
I don't know, but it's interesting. I'm excited about where that's going.
It's brought a whole new element into the show, right?
Right.
Mixing it up, and Yeah, I love what they're writing for Mary Winchester, for Sam's character. I watched them filming that fight scene. I was on set. I was shadowing Tom, the director, that day, and it was really like watching it. You were like, oh, like she's really athletic, Sam. She was an athlete, and so I'm really by her doing all the physical stuff. It's really good to see her look so
I like
strong.
how similar they are. Like when you see their mom and then you see them speak, how she was like, no, I'm coming with you. You know what I mean? It's so Dean and it's so Sam, so you really see where they come from. And, they were all wearing flannel. So.
Are you wearing flannel?
I have to stay true to Claire Noble. She's always wearing flannel now. It's kind of funny. She really dresses like Dean. It's like, all right, you need to calm down. Yeah.
I liked this episode too. I think I liked it more than last week's episode, but that could just be because you were in it, and I do enjoy seeing you.
Yeah, I love
and
Raina.
I was very excited to see Rick Springfield and see what he was gonna do.
He did a good job, didn't he?
He's fantastic. I loved him when I saw Ricky in The Flash last year. I was like, he's so good. And so we were talking a little bit about it, and yeah, I think he's going to be a really fun addition to the...
Yeah, I mean, he went from working with Meryl to me.
That's kind of cool, though.
I know. I was asking him questions.
Did you ask him about her? What did you
Yeah.
ask him?
He said what everyone always says about her, like she's just a diamond of a woman.
Yeah.
And he just said she was incredible. So yeah, I didn't get any juicy gossip.
He was so good, though. I really liked how he, in the beginning, when he was getting, like, haunted by ended up being like the devil and stuff, he took it like another level. He was really into the scene. I was just so uncomfortable on set, like you're like being weird, but
yeah, it's tough, right? He was really committed, like doing all that
committed.
Stuff like it's really hard, like we're like, oh, having a sandwich. I'm like, okay,
well, it's hard because you have Jensen and Jared like making fart noises when you're trying to like act scared.
Perfect.
So
And you're
it
trying
kind
to
of takes you out of it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
He really committed, and it's stepping into Mark Pellegrino's old boots. It's tough, right? But he did a really strong job, I think.
Mark Pellegrino is amazing. So good.
Yeah.
Love him.
And I love him as Lucifer.
So it's interesting what they're doing, right? Mixing it up with Lucy. I don't know, I keep calling him
What
Lucy.
if Claire becomes Lucifer?
Oh, but that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would
be weird.
Awesome. That would be scary.
Yeah, that would be scary. She'd be
Weird.
like that girl on steroids.
Yeah.
The girl who was torturing them.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about this episode. Let's dive in. So yeah, we see Sam and Tony. Are they having sex? We don't know.
I still don't know.
Yeah, all of us just cover our eyes. We don't want to know. We don't want to see this. This is not good. It feels like a betrayal. It just feels like a betrayal. And thankfully, it was all just technically this hallucinogen that she had mixed up, and if she had given it to him again, it would have turned Sam's brain to mush. So it was just basically to kind of get him to open up.
Yeah.
And thankfully...
So that was different. That was a potion, and then the second one was just a Jedi mind trick that she did. So
Yep.
she used different things. Chinese.
Yeah,
she used the
Chinese mind trick.
mind
I mean,
trick.
she's got some powers and warding spells.
We should be afraid, right? We should be pretty afraid.
Yeah, she's got some powers that I don't think that we're quite prepared for as like...
And she seems pissed.
Yeah, she's holding a grudge.
She's really annoyed.
And she's so
at
calm
Sam and
and
Dean.
cool and collected. It's threatening.
We were talking about the line last week. It was our favourite line last week when she said, let's make America
Great again? Or
safe.
Safe again. Yeah, safe
She
again.
delivered it so well, and it was Andrew Dabb wrote that. I thought it was a brilliant line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be great again, coming out of her mouth.
Me too.
Look, I could be in bed with Sam.
Twist.
I will
That would be a twist.
gladly take Dean over here. Okay.
Sorry.
So Dean's not leaving right now.
He's in there.
Just gonna stay here with me right now. It's gonna get awkward. Okay, so Cass calls. He's in Eldridge, Missouri, and he thinks that he's found this farmhouse that's been rented for the last 2 weeks by some English woman, and so Dean and Mom are gonna head over there. And Dean had
Put Dean down.
It is getting awkward. Dean, though, admits it's been a little bit awkward with Mom because how do we communicate after all these years? And
let's face it, you're not the same in front of your parents as you are in front of your friends or your brother, right? You wouldn't be more polite. It's awkward, right?
It's
Especially when
all
you've not seen her for like 30 years.
Not only is it the 30-year time difference in her not being around for 30 years and all the things that are changed, but exactly, you can't really be the same, like, well, yeah, he can. We see at the end of the episode, he's just totally himself, and it's funny. But she's wondering if he's overwhelming her with information because there's just so much going on that he needs to fill her in on.
Calling the interweb.
Calling the interweb.
Let's call the internet.
The internet.
See what they have to say.
Yeah, I mean, that was funny. My dad's not been away for 30 years, but he was
still
so
says
likely to say something. He's in the farm in Scotland.
Oh,
And,
jeez.
yeah.
My parents still don't know how to, like, lock their iPhone. You know, they don't understand.
Yeah.
Lock
The
it.
fact that your parents have got iPhones is, like, pretty...
Oh, my dad has an
progressive.
iPhone and a BlackBerry. He's on it. But they still don't understand that you can just, like, slide up to take a picture. I'm like, just slide.
You don't have to actually go into the phone.
Yes.
What do you do?
Oh, yeah. You just there's a little camera in the corner, and you just slide it right up.
There you go.
God.
And it won't unlock your pictures, so your pictures will still be...
So people are so private.
Yep, just like that.
Taking selfies.
So Mom said she feels like she's kind of started everything and it's her fault with the boys, which is
Oh,
this guilt.
And she doesn't know how to face Sam, she said?
Yeah.
All
this
this
guilt.
sad.
oh, is that the part where she was like, the hunter's life, like, chooses you? Yeah, I tweeted that.
Yeah. Well, because she sold her soul back in the day, which is why he was coming for her.
Oh.
Why Alistair was coming for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why she feels like, you know, she
It's-
started all of it and she feels guilty and she doesn't know how to face Sam. But
Why did she sell her soul, though? That was to save
To save.
John.
yeah, to save.
Was it to save John?
I can't remember who it was to save, but yeah, in one of the episodes in the previous seasons,
Okay.
yeah, it was to save somebody. So she, you know, she
So,
was
yeah,
doing.
so-
So this is inevitable with these hunters, you know.
Yeah.
They're making deals, and we've seen Sam and Dean do it throughout, you know, this entire show. But then we just go with the next hurdle and just keep going. So
I loved the hug that they got at the end of the episode. Like, I thought Jared did it so well. He just really, like, the way you would hug your mum if you hadn't been able to hug her before, really.
Yeah.
So I thought it was lovely.
I know, and you get the tears in his eyes and everything.
It was beautiful. Beautiful moment. We'll talk more about that.
I wouldn't mind Jared holding me like that.
Sometimes they give hugs that hurt, though.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like not, like, unbearably, like, you feel like you're gonna crush.
He's pretty
Right.
strong, right?
I got all three of them once. I really felt like I was gonna die. I was because I asked him for a photo, and they just squeezed me so hard. I was off the ground. My feet were off the ground.
One day at a convention, I don't know where we were, Jared gave me a hug and just put all his body weight on me, so I landed on the floor because he's twice my body weight.
Oh my gosh.
So I managed to get back up. He went, here, let me do it properly. And he did exactly the same thing. And he is the best hugger, I have to say. So it's good that the cameras have really captured it for posterity.
We'll take a hug any day. I thought what was really great was, you know, Dean said, you know, you got to stay here, Mom. We got to go do this. I can't worry. What did he say? He can't do his job if he's worried about her. And she's like, you have nothing to worry about. Yeah. And strong woman.
Yeah.
Handle herself, right?
That's when I saw the resemblance or the similarity between them.
They're both a little stubborn.
Their character.
and
Okay, I
And-
keep hitting Misha, or Cass, excuse me. Sorry.
He needs it.
He keeps getting up again. It's all right.
I'm just going to slap him gently over here.
She said something that Dean always says is a good talk. Good
Talk.
Good talk.
That's
Good
what it
talk.
was.
She
Yes.
picked
That was the moment.
Yep. She's got all of the Deanisms.
Yeah, and then she storms in, right, and does her bit. And she's...
That I knew she was gonna storm in, and in that second where he's trying to keep her safe, and listen, like you can't come along. I gotta do my job. But then if she's coming along, she's gonna save him.
Totally.
And then he's gonna see, wow, she really can hold her up.
But I didn't know it was going to go that far.
I didn't think it would get that far either. I thought
And
that she'd jump
it
in
did.
sooner. And
Like, I thought when she had her at the gunpoint, I was like, all right, it's all over. And then she took that girl out.
Right.
It's pretty great. Until the hex happened.
Until that happened.
until the hex happened.
And then I was writing a tweet, so then I missed the next bit. I don't know quite what happened.
That other guy came in.
That's it.
Nick came in,
Mick,
yeah.
played
Mick.
by
Well,
Adam Fergus, who's new.
Tony wants addresses, she wants passwords, she wants info
wants a
about
lot,
Ruby. I mean, she wants
persistent.
all the details.
She's demanding, right?
Quite demanding.
And this Mick guy calls and says that she hasn't obeyed orders. So we know he's going to come and show up at some point. We're going to find out what exactly they're doing here and what the purpose of them is. And then we jump to this lovely little romantic date. The setting is just beautiful. I recognize
Oh my gosh,
Monroe
this was so
right
funny.
away. And
Can we just talk
Rowena.
about how good she looked?
Yes.
She looked so good.
Slightly new hair, right? You could tell there was a difference in
Yeah,
style. More
it was
modern
like
Rowena.
sweet. Totally
Yeah.
vocal
You kinda-
tone ready.
I had trousers on as well. That's the other thing. I wasn't in a
You
gown.
had
I
trousers
don't know.
on.
You couldn't really tell. could
No.
you?
Well, wow, that's a big move.
It was I mean,
Bold.
I lost sleep over it. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
I was like, gosh, am I really
What
gonna
are
wear
the
these pants tomorrow?
Yeah, what are the fans going to think? I really would like to know. Send us your comments about Rowena and pants.
Wow.
You said you loved it.
Yeah, no, I loved that Rowena's out. She just wants to go.
It was so funny.
And be
love
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all too much. The God and the whole the
Yeah.
darkness. It was all a bit too much,
Too
right?
much.
Oh, just wants to have an easy, nice life with somebody fit and handsome.
I just
and
like
rich.
how annoyed you get at Crowley. Like, no, I don't want to. No.
It's so easy.
Because of course
Yeah.
Crowley's
easy.
gonna come in and spoil this and be the waiter and ask for some help figuring out this Lucifer situation,
Yeah.
interrupting your date.
And he's
Perfect.
white jacket. I've never seen Mark in a white jacket.
yeah, he's never in he's always in red or burgundy or black. So
Yeah.
we get to see this handsome devil.
He did. He looks good, right?
Yeah.
Does look good, and you assume that you're gonna he's gonna ask the boys for help.
I'm like, you're asking the Winchesters. That deep
No.
down, she's suspicious.
No, he needs your help to do
Same
it.
old, same old.
But then he ditches her.
Yeah, because
Same old,
Same
same
old.
old.
Same old.
Poor Rowena, and she does a lot of good, really, right?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
totally helps people out. She's saved cash. She's done all kinds of things.
It was
And
pretty nice of you to help him again.
And you really did just want to escape it all.
I know.
You just wanted to get back to a normal
Wanted
life.
a
And then you
martini
get-
at my tennis club.
yeah, and then you get
With the
there.
Republicans.
I know, the Republicans. I love that. I
That's a
love
good
that
joke.
line.
I guess technically Crowley did say
That's your
that
team name.
if you help, he won't touch Ben, right? So then him leaving, he really wasn't breaking the rules, and I think is that what he was doing there?
Yeah, I mean, he was saving himself, right?
Yeah.
And obviously Rowena isn't. He's Lucifer's going to keep her prisoner.
Yeah.
Poor Rowena.
No,
I know,
so
I'm
much
sad
sympathy
no,
for Rowena.
I refuse. No.
No.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Rick Springfield, aka Vinny, before something bad happens. So his girlfriend or wife has died. Long time ago, and he's kind of living with this guilt of it, even though he's on tour with his band. Starts washing his face with this blood, and
Voluntarily.
Supernatural
Voluntarily.
facial wash.
I just want to take a blood facial now.
and the electricity is going all weird, and all of a sudden we see his girlfriend appear, and we all know what's going to happen. We all know this is Lucifer, and all you got to do is invite him in, and
I really wanted it to work out, honestly.
I was hoping they would get to be together forever.
I always do too. I always live in hope.
I'm always the one asking questions like, who's that? Who's this guy? What's happening? And Ruth is like, that's Lucifer. You have to invite him in.
She admits to selfishly swallowing the pills and that he was gone so much and she was gone now, and you think they're going to be together forever, and she says, all you have to do is invite me in. And he goes, yes. There's not even a doubt.
We saw this too in season 5 when we first, had Mark become Lucifer, his character. He was heartbroken over the burglary that happened in his house, right? They killed his wife and baby, and he invited. Lucifer came to him as his wife.
Were you watching the show then? All the way back then?
Well,
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
You were 12.
I watched a little bit of it. Like the first season, it came out when I was, I don't know, what was that? I was 14.
12 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's not talk
13.
about that. I'm not going to talk about my age then.
Yeah, but it's the same thing in season 5. Invite him in.
Good call.
Yeah.
And we know that that's Lucifer then. We get the eye flash, and we jump back to a Rowena and Crowley talking about working together, and then we get Cass and Dean at the farmhouse with Mom, And
Nope. Other one.
When was it Misha said, Cass says he doesn't sweat ever? What was that?
That was
that comes later on with Mick.
Yeah.
When we get into the farmhouse. Vinny, Lucifer, has rehearsal. He's not going. He knocks out his bandmate.
He
Did
really
he kill
knocks him out.
Or just knock him
I think
out?
he just
I think he
knocked him
killed.
out.
Well,
Or do you think he?
I mean, I know you're not surviving a swipe from Lucifer like that, a backhand like
That's
that,
true.
right?
I don't know.
They're gonna have to get a new
door down.
guitarist.
That set, it was amazing. That hotel set, that was just, it's a corridor they use very often. They redress it for various different things. It's amazing how they do it.
It was really beautiful, a beautiful shot of him on the ground, down the
With the
hallway.
green and the lights. I knew when they were setting up that establishing shot as him walking up, I was like,
You're dead.
come out a different way and it's not going to be pretty right now. I feel like it. So we know that happens. Dean does end up getting into this house. He's locked into a spell. And Tony brings him in, and Sam gets his first glimpse of Dean. We know that he's alive. Yay!
Yeah.
A live schmuck.
And Tony hits Dean with some brass knuckles. She just, and I think somebody said, oh, she's not going to be able to
Yeah, I'm
really
like, nah, there's no way. No way.
She just,
Yeah, that looked like
like
it
you
hurt.
said, if she's an athlete.
I really want to know more about this London chapter because they just seem vicious
Badass?
and they have all of these tricks up their sleeves that they're using.
No, I was just in London and everyone was very nice.
Oh, you didn't see any?
No, people were quite nice. So
No brass knuckles.
They are on the same side, but they're not NATO, right? They're not agreeing about how it should be
Yeah.
done. That's the point, isn't it?
it's weird. Aren't they supposed to be on the same team? What do they really want?
I like that Robinaw just wrote in our chat that God's on sabbatical. Chuck is on sabbatical right now again.
Yeah.
And not there helping out with anything.
Yeah, he's away again. He's away with it.
Yeah,
So-
are they still on like their
They're in their
alone time? Yeah, they're
having their moment together. And
Still doing that.
It'd be fun
Tony-
if he came back.
Tony actually brings up Benny. She calls him by his full name.
Played by Ty Olsen, is that character?
And that he was
love
released
Benny.
from purgatory. She knows all the details of everything.
Yeah.
So basically what she's blaming them for is releasing these monsters, even though they may have helped something later on. She thinks there was no good in doing that. Where we all, from Sam and Dean's perspective, look at it as some people might have to die in order for the greater good, where I guess in London they believe no human should die.
She just seems to be super wound up about it being perfect, right? Done perfectly. And that's her, that's it. She's just on such a mission. It's an interesting character, right? To have to find find a way through that and make it three-dimensional, which she really is. She's also in the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
Elizabeth. She's nice.
Yeah.
So,
Is she really British?
She's Australian.
Okay.
Australian.
I was about to do an Australian accent, but I'm really not.
She has the same accent, the British accent in the Vampire Diaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. I'm not going to try the accent either. I was going to try. No. So Lucifer walks into hell, and Crowley's sitting upon the throne. And Rowena jumps in, puts him under a paralyzing spell, and, Crowley holds up this, vial thing,
Sulfuric
and he
acid.
thinks it's holy water, but
yeah.
it's actually sulfuric acid, and we know what that's going to do to the human skin of this vessel. It's going to rot it away.
Effect was amazing.
It was
Yeah.
fantastic. I don't know how they did that. If they green screened it or if it was literally
they
makeup.
They had all these dots.
Oh, it was green screened.
Yeah, and I know that when I went in to do ADR on it recently, they were really proud of it. As it well should be. It's like
It looked incredible.
so amazing.
Yeah, it was hard to watch. It was so real.
His face was basically melted off.
Looked pretty sick.
And for some reason, you guys can't send him back to the cage.
Yeah, why couldn't you do that?
It didn't work.
Why? No.
I mean, either I don't know or I do know, and I'm pretending that I can't tell you because
Okay.
of plot.
Well, I want. Can you whisper it to me? Whisper it?
Well, what I loved too was that visual shot of him standing there with the black wings come out.
Yeah, that was kind of beautiful.
I love
Like
that
his
when
aura.
they do that. It's just it's such a
It's so I don't want to spoil the illusion of how we filmed it because
Why?
I don't want to spoil the illusion because it's such a cool effect.
Yeah.
It wasn't CGI.
But we were standing in a room.
Catherine's getting the dish.
You're just imagining, and so yeah, that's all that happened. Nothing happened.
I got nothing from that statement.
Keeping it
Yeah.
secret.
Yeah.
He
Fine.
heals himself. Crowley vanishes, and you are left with Lucifer, and Lucifer starts choking you and tells you.
Yeah, and I mean, we've got this hate-hate relationship now. It was a love-hate, and now it's a hate-hate, right? And it's just, I think, he snapped her neck before.
You guys had a moment before. I mean, last season you guys had those moments. Remember?
But it was Misha as Lucifer at that point. Okay. Yeah, that was intense.
So
we were
I
like,
think-
what?
I think everyone is genuinely scared of Lucifer the way she was genuinely scared of the darkness. I think she's as rightly she should be.
Yeah.
But she's useful, so lucky her, she's useful.
That was about the
She's still
point.
alive, yeah.
When we were like, no.
He mentioned snapping your neck again, but he says that you're more valuable as a prisoner.
I know,
of his.
that's a bit like dumping someone, right, and going back out with them and then threatening to dump them
Yeah,
again.
he's playing a lot of games. You need
playing
to
our
tell that boy
emotions.
bye.
Yeah, bye boy.
See you, Lucifer.
Yeah, well, you know what? She tried to go to Boca Raton. She even tried with Lucifer.
I know.
She said, I just want to leave. I won't be in this anymore.
You know what? You should have invited him to Boca Raton.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe.
I'm taking you up on that offer.
He might have. You really should have.
I had to Google how to say that
Boca Raton.
when I read it in the script.
Boca Raton.
Yeah, never heard.
Yeah.
Never, I
Well,
had to look it up.
you can go there. There's lots of places, lots of golf courses.
Yeah, you've been there.
It's warm. Yeah, I'm from Miami, so it's like golf.
I'm from Daytona.
There you go. So you
That's
know
where they
about
do the
that
race
place.
car driving?
Yeah.
I'd like to go to that.
Yeah. Daytona 500.
Yeah.
That could have been Rowena, with her martini and her.
So we have Tony taunting Dean. Just all these things about pain. How she's gonna hurt him and stick this needle-like thing in his eardrum.
Oh, that was too much,
Or
right?
his-
Not the eardrum.
Below the belt,
Underneath
and then
the
we
eye.
talk about underneath the eye, and all of us were just squirming in our seats.
Oh no.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness Mom walks in.
What did she say about that, though? She said in London we do studies of arcane topics like torture and pain. Is
Yeah,
that
the most painful. Yeah.
they're studying that for the monsters? Or
Apparently.
what, okay.
They're just wily, clever people.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, and we see an amazing smackdown between Tony and Mary, and just a great female fight scene, which is just, it's nice to see that powerful.
Yeah, I think they worked on it for a while, right? They really were doing it. So, obviously not hurting each other, but really it was all choreographed. And
Right.
They did really well with it.
And we also have Sam's first glimpse of Mom. Mom?
Oh, cute moment.
Whoa.
I felt like he was thinking, am I hallucinating again?
Wondering if all this was real. Wait,
Yeah.
She
Sam.
says, you keep looking at me like I'm going to explode.
Yeah.
Dean's here, Mom's here, and she actually starts a spell that's choking her, and Dean gets a gun, but he ends up setting it down to save his mom, and I'm sure he's thinking in his head, see, this is why I didn't want you here, because now
I can't kill her.
I can't kill her, but I don't want you to die.
But she's the one who brought the gun in.
I know.
So she saved him.
Well, Mick walks in, and he says he's going to take care of Tony, because Dean mentions, he's like, well, you can leave her here, we'll take care of her, and he's like, no, she's one of us. We'll take care of her.
She's one of us.
Do you think he's really going to take care of her, though?
No.
I don't think not the
no.
way that Dean
they're on
wants
the
to
same
take care of
team,
him.
right? So.
Right.
But he mentions he wants to work with them, and this is what I'm interested in hearing is, what does that mean? They want to work together, fighting monsters here in the United States, and seeing how their tactics versus Sam and Dean and the hunters' tactics.
Yeah, because either way, he just wanted to do it in a different way. He wanted to work with him under the guise of friendship, right? But you're wondering to what ends. So
And-
it's still not clear, is it? It's still dodgy.
And there's still something shady.
Is one of these chapters totally in charge, or it's just everybody's a team, and then
Maybe they wanted to be in charge.
Right. Maybe
And
that's
that's
what's going on.
They clearly do. It's a power struggle at this point. somebody wants to have complete control, and she wants all the details about everything. So obviously, she doesn't know a whole lot about the.
I'm guessing her backstory. I reckon a monster did something in her backstory, and that's why she needs to be so like on it all. That's just my.
It's almost like she's trying to make it like a corporation where she wants to like be the head of it and have like employees.
She wants to be Judi Dench.
And Sam and Dean are just so like they kind of take it personal. They like really love it. It's different. It's like a job versus like passion.
Before it ends, we see Sam and Dean and Mom all hanging out. She mentions she's never cooked, and they said, "What about your meatloaf?" And she goes, "That's from Piggly Wiggly," which is in Plymouth, Wisconsin, by the way. Do you guys have Piggly Wigglies?
No.
We have a Piggly Wiggly in Wisconsin, and it's like so funny to say. But she does have pie, and Dean just demolishes this pie, which goes back to he's not really worried about the way he's acting in front of her. He's just eating this pie, and she goes, "Can you eat it any faster?" And he goes, "No."
All bets are off when there's pie around. That's him. All
He's not going to share. She asks, "Okay, so should we call the internet?"
Let's call the internet, please call.
And Sam
1-800
says,
internet.
I'm going to call internet now.
And Sam says, "Oh, that's so close. You were so close, Mom."
I love all the banter that they have. There's so much fun and scope there, isn't there?
And there's so much for them to learn about each other, which is why I thought it was so great that Sam gave, her John's journal to go back and take a look at all these things. And, hunting is his family. It's what we do.
That's what's going to be so interesting about this whole season, right? That's the theme of this whole season is family, and it does open up so much that we want to find out about, right? Including, maybe Claire.
Well, this moment was probably my favorite moment, and it was when he said, "Having you here fills in the biggest blank."
Oh, that was so sad, but so cute.
With Heart's Lost Angel playing in the background.
It was really sweet, and he went in there just at first to be like, if you need to talk, I know what it feels like to not feel whole. It's just, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I think they do it so well. I think that it's one of those shows where it's tongue in cheek and it's action, but then when they need to hit those moments, they really do, right? They always do, the boys and Sam. I thought it was really
they can have those really powerful moments, but that these very sentimental and sensitive, you'd be surprised that these guys that fight everything are very, very sensitive and in touch with their feelings and emotions. That's why they're so great. And the episode closes out with Tony and Mick, and their basically goal is to end supernatural threat here in the U.S., and Dean and Sam essentially will need to be eliminated at some point.
No, he would do it if it needed to be done.
If it needed to be done.
But then he said that he was like already on it.
He said he'll send for Mr. Ketch, and
Mr. Ketch is scary.
And he says, "Well, I've already sent for him."
Who is Mr. Ketch?
He sounds scary.
He's scary?
Scary.
No.
It's like Mr. Ketch.
Tell him not to come.
Mr. Ketch, I reckon he's like boogeyman.
He's not invited.
And Tony hates him.
And this was my prediction last week, was that I thought how she's got a son back in London. I'm thinking Mr. Ketch is the father of this child, but there was some falling out type thing, that this is why she fears him. But maybe there is some sort of monster that happened. Maybe the child is part
It would be really interesting to find that out, right?
Yeah.
You putting 50 pence on it? You put $1 on it?
Yeah,
Good.
sure.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Totally.
Totes. And Mr. Ketch is already packing up and ready to go.
Mr. Ketch. It's like one of those iconically scary names already, isn't it?
It sounds like a Batman or Superman name.
Yeah,
like in a
I
superhero.
wonder who created that character. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
So what are you guys predicting for next week? We see something similar to what I would call Valley of the Dolls. We see Mary crying blood tears. I'm excited. You said you were really looking forward to next week's episode, Katie.
Yeah, what was it, like an asylum place?
It looks like some, with lots of babies or children or something.
Looks a bit scary.
You're always scared.
Well, it was funny because it was like flashes of those weird things, and then I forget if it was Sam or Dean said, well, what the hell was that about? That's what I was thinking. You know what I mean? What is that? Way to state the obvious.
Exactly.
Yeah. It just gave us like these creepy images, so... I'm looking forward to it.
What are you guys predicting for the rest of the season? Let's get into some predictions. I got some sound effects for you guys.
AfterBuzz TV.
Thank you, Stephen.
Predictions.
What do you ladies?
That's so spooky.
Let me think. Oh, something's gonna happen to the mom. She's gonna get taken or something, and they're gonna have to rescue her at some point. I think.
Okay.
For sure.
It's funny because my friend calls me Crystal Ball. It's quite funny. I've got to make a prediction. Can't think of anything now. I predict Rowena will just have a quiet life.
Yeah.
No.
Well, something's definitely gonna happen to you and Crowley. He's gonna have to
Yeah.
come back for you, and you're gonna be really mad at him.
I'm going to be very
upset.
annoyed.
Yeah.
You're gonna ground him.
And it'll be really interesting to see how Rick's Lucifer pans out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can they get him back in, or does he stay loose about the house?
Mm-hmm.
So
Can
it's
you-
not a prediction.
Can you flirt your way out of trouble with Lucifer? Maybe.
I mean, he's slightly. I love what Mark Pellegrino had said about Lucifer. He was giving Misha advice about playing the role. Misha had asked him, and he said he looks at everyone like they're his sex toy. I think he said something like that.
Oh,
Oh.
interesting.
So there is that element. Sorry, close your ears.
I wonder if he shared that with Rick.
I don't know. I don't know if they had a chat, but I know that Misha that's something he said he did when he had to step into those shoes. I think that's so cool, right?
Yeah.
We do have to work at it as actors. We do try, and
I just want Lucifer and Rowena to kiss. Boobies. Yes.
boobies.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Booby.
We'll see how that.
Claire, do you know when you're coming back? Are you coming back this season? Can you tell us?
You know, there's rumors out there.
There's rumors.
Ooh.
They know. They already know.
Yeah, they know more than
You
you
guys
do.
know
You
more than I
forget.
do. I find out on Twitter.
It was mentioned at Comic-Con, right? So they wouldn't have said
Oh, was?
it. Yeah.
It was mentioned?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I just found out on
Rick Springsteen is my
AfterBuzz TV.
third favorite Lucifer. That's cool.
Oh.
I reckon it was Pellegrino and Misha.
I love you too, Lily Beans.
Aww.
I think Crowley's definitely.
This
Go.
season, Crowley should finally. What is it?
Call Rowena Mom.
Maybe he will. I think he's gonna go back
Mom.
for Rowena, but he might bring the Winchesters along to try
save you.
Yeah.
It's like destiny keeps bringing Rowena
Right.
back with the win, and it's, they have to work together. They need each other. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, they do need each other. You can't get away from him.
She's just
You
so
try.
irresistible. I know.
I saw a comment in the chat from LilyBeans3636 a little bit ago that said that the kid's dad got killed by the monster, so Tony's little
That's
baby.
it. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Oh.
So maybe that's
So no wonder she's like uptight about
yeah.
Sure.
about doing it properly.
That would
Yeah.
make plenty of sense.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think that we're going to get a team up with Crowley and the boys to come and rescue you from Lucifer and try and. I think maybe that's going to be the goal.
Maybe Claire will come get you.
Maybe that would be cool.
this
That would be
season
cool.
to try and put Lucifer back in the cage. That's going to be.
That would be cool. I do know what happens. I just remembered. I can't say.
You do know what happens to what? To where?
It's interesting. It's
You can't say stuff like that.
I should be in bed. This is like stuff's coming out of my mouth that shouldn't come out. What's the next question? But Mom will never be as quotable as. Can we say that?
Yeah, technically, I think so.
That ginger, loose woman, Rowena.
Well,
my child.
let me just before we wrap up, ladies. Tell me what you're working on right now, or what you've got coming up, so we can, promote that. You can promote whatever's coming up for you.
I just wrapped a couple projects. I have a show called Big Little Lies that just is coming out. They just released like a teaser trailer. It looks really cool. And then I just did a film with Frances McDermott, Woody Harrelson called 3 Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. And then I just wrapped a film called Lady Bird with Greta Gerwig as the director, which was really fun.
Amazing.
Awesome! Congratulations.
The first project she mentioned, who's your mom?
Reese Witherspoon plays my mom.
So she's doing
Oh,
okay.
that's perfect.
Oh, that's so awesome.
It's great casting.
She's doing okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's exciting.
Not too
I always
shabby.
want to come back to Supernatural.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
We do too. We want you back.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Ruth, what else you've got?
Yeah,
coming up?
I was at New Orleans, is that how you say it? At the weekend, New Orleans. I had my friend Henry made a film called Harakiri about skater boys. I play another terrible mother in it, and I'm so proud of it's an independent film, and so it premiered and it's got a distribution. It's going to be out in LA soon. And I've another friend's film, For the Love of George, about a woman's obsession with George Clooney. I've been helping her with that, and so I've got a little cameo in that. Tate Donovan's in it, and more Supernatural, more conventions, and
Coven Couture collection. Coven Couture.
So yeah, it's all good, right? It's all
We've got lots of good things too. There's so much positivity in this room. If you guys were in here, you could feel it. It's like insane. There's just good aura, good vibes,
Good juju.
Good juju in here right
That's
now.
because I was in New Orleans and I went to the Marie Laveau voodoo store.
You did?
I did. I went in and this guy with really clear blue eyes was in the store and he goes, no. And he was a psychic reader for the store. And I was like freaked out. And he was like, you're Rowena, aren't you? I mean, the voodoo store of the world, and the psychic reader likes Rowena. That made my life. That made my life.
Of course.
And he didn't say anything bad. Like, he didn't say anything bad.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I want to go to a voodoo store.
Cool.
All right, you guys, that has been this amazing episode of Supernatural. Kathryn, where can everyone find you on all things social media?
I Snapchatted this a lot. It's just Kathryn Newton, and my Instagram is Kathryn L Newton, and my Twitter is Kathryn L Newton too. So you can see all my embarrassing tweets and my misspellings there.
And Ruth?
I'm Ruthie Connell on Twitter, and I think I'm Ruth_Connell on Instagram. I always have to check. I'm on Snapchat, but I'm Granny. It's Ruthie_Connell.
She's getting really good at Snapchat.
Yeah, Kathryn's training me up. And actress Ruth Connell on Facebook. I do quite a lot on Facebook.
Oh, Facebook. I think it's just Kathryn. Yeah.
Thanks, ladies. And Katie.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at Katie E.E. Campbell. That's Katie with 3 E's Campbell. Instagram at Katie Campbell 13 and YouTube.com/Katie Campbell Online. And the Vampire Diaries After Show, Sunday night, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And this is Lyndsey here. You guys can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Lyndsey Wegner. That's LYNDSEYWEGNER. Or my blog, lyndsey.wegner.blogspot.com. Make sure to check out Rowena's Coven Couture.
Thank you so much
give
for
them
being
a
such
follow.
good sports lady.
Oh my God, I love
that
because
so much.
it's, I mean, boobies. Because boobies.
God, boobs.
Slay.
We all love boobs. Big, small, everything in between. 1, 2, 3. How many ever you have.
Exactly.
We love them. So let's keep those ladies and men happy out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Ladies, thank you for joining us.
Good
so
night,
loved having
world.
you. We'll see y'all soon.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.